All right, y'all. This is serious business. God bless everybody in Jesus' name. As you can see, we are in a knife catch $500,000 position here. $500,000 on the line. And it's not looking the best. It is not looking the best, guys. All right? It is looking like we might lose it all today. So make sure to like and subscribe. Because, well, if I'm going to lose it all, maybe at least I can gain some likes and subscribers. Now, here's the thing, guys. The Bitcoin price currently under $75,000. This is a key make it or break it zone right here. This is the 786 of the entire move that we've had since Saturday. And if we start to lose this, we are going straight down to take the low from Saturday. All right, this is not a drill. We got to give a major shout to everybody in the chat right now. Also, we can't listen to the violin music while we're live because it will totally derail my attention away from the charts to the music. Major shout out to, first of all, Sudeep in the chat, Kegs Mark in the chat, Real Cypher Rider in the chat, E-Spawn Stow Snow in the chat, Jonathan Morris in the chat, Juan Estrada NPC in the chat. Shout out to Splashfire Films, happy birthday in the chat. Shout out to Too Real For You, he says, what's up? I closed the short yesterday because both you and Face were long. If market fooling you two, then I got to sit out a bit. You closed the short yesterday. I did too. I closed half my short trade. Should have kept it all open. Should have kept it all open. I really thought we were going to get a bounce yesterday. Shout out to Doc, the GOAT. Shout out to M. Ducard. If the box of hope and wonder doesn't hold, we will all lose it all. Yes, this is the box of hope and wonder right now. Español? Sí, señor. Yo hablo mucho español. Shout out to Ayaz Dosani. Oh no, will JC get wrecked? Shout out to Lux Seki, who says, hi Jason, my name is pronounced Luck C. Hope to hear more of your pump or dump lyrics today. Thanks, Luck C. Oh, I see. I see it. It's Luck CKY. Is that it? Is that it, man? Because to me it looks like Lux Seki. Shout out to Luxy, aka Luxseki, baby. Shout out to James Quick Business. He says, geez, I was about to close my long, but now this gives me some hopium. Man, I'm telling you right now, we are smoking the hopium hard. All right, I am hard smoking that hopium right now. All right, this is, I am not confident in this long trade right now. 500K on the line, but I am not confident at all in this trade right now. I mean, maybe I was confident maybe like 12 minutes ago, but times have changed. It's been a long time since 12 minutes ago. Shout out to Glenn LT444 who says dumping, and Louisiana Valera says I think long tomorrow. Shout out to Daniel CA Prude, and shout out to Fix Everything 8580. It's dangerous to long right now, not gonna lie. It is dangerous. Do not try this at home. All right. Shout out to Honey Plays. Jason, believe in the trade. Shout out to the stop loss. There is no stop loss. Wiggly Worm Crypto. Sticky Icky Hopium. Yeah, Sticky and Icky. Shout out to Crypto Clown World. God bless you, Crypto Clown World. Shout out to Mike4447. Red dot on Market Cypher B on the weekly. Oh my goodness. We have so much to talk about now. When 12 minutes feels like forever, that's how you know you're in an over-leveraged long trade from the top. When 12 minutes feels like an eternity. All right, let's pop on over to the chart. Guys, smash up the likes. We got 530 people in the house. Let's get 530 likes. If this trade does not get stopped out during the live stream, I will give away... Well, let's see. If we can get 500 likes and this trade does not get stopped out, I'll give away $500. How about that? How about that? Like the dang stream. Shout out to the red dot on the weekly. We have a lot to talk about. Guys, this is scary. All right, is this not the scariest thing you've ever seen? Let's pop on over to TradingView here. Take a quick little look-see. Take a look-see for my man Luxseki. We're gonna look-see for Luxseki. All right, let's take a quick look. Guys, first of all, starting on the weekly time frame. Goodness gracious. My goodness, we've been talking about this potential now since last week. The potential of a serious top being put on the weekly. Now, just so we all know, just so we're all clear here, the weekly has never printed a red dot in where we haven't seen at least some sideways. Mostly it prints and it's sideways and down, all right? We come over to the daily, and it's very sad what we're seeing here, guys. But what looked like a confirmed hidden bullish divergence is quickly transforming into the floppy butt cheek pattern. All right, we really were hoping that this was a nice firm gluteal maximi, the left butt cheek, the right butt cheek, but it looks like we're gonna have a butt cheek blowout. A butt cheek blowout. It does happen from time to time. In fact, there was a news article about it. Fix a flat butt injections. Watch this. Patient has buttocks injected with Fix-A-Flat tire sealant, cement, and mineral oil by fake doctor. Oh, it's no longer available. That's a shame. That's a shame. Let's see. I thought there was a picture of it. Let's see. No. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. It's a shame. The internet's a shame. Oh, the internet. Oh, no. No. No more butt cheek blowout pattern. Oh, man. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Dare we click the images section? Ah! All right, let's get out of here. All right. This is serious business. We're about to get the butt cheek on the daily time frame. Will confirm in about 6 hours and 33 minutes and 40 seconds, guys. And as you can see, this white line right here clearly says last hope. Okay. Oh man, Jason, what are you, 12 years old, bro? Now, we are seeing things turn bearish. And remember, before, like the last few days, we were saying I was very unclear. I did not know what was going to happen. I said it depends. It depends. Because right now, well, a few days ago, the charts were looking very ambiguous. But now things are really starting to look more bearish. We didn't have bullish divs on the 4 hour. The 4 hour's ticking down. It really does look like Bitcoin wants to go for the low that we made on Saturday. Now, let's just understand the gravity of the situation. All right, gravity. This is a very gravitous situation. When we take a look at this, all right, let's take a oh snap. Oh snap city. Oh my. Hang on, guys. I need a moment just to take a breather here. I need a moment just to take a breathe. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Do you see what I see? Here's the problem right now, guys. We've had a little bit of value area shift. Let me clean that up. Maybe that's not true. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, breaking news. We have had some value area shift. No, actually, we haven't had value area shift. I'm sorry, but what we have had is we've had a daily candle now close below value area high. I didn't even notice this morning. We're about to have a second candle close below. That is not a good sign. All right. If we are closing candles below this level right here, I mean, my goodness, the highest probability, guys, is that we make our way back down to around $68,000 at the POC of the range, confluence with the dang Fibonacci golden pocket. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is not looking good. It looks like we are about to snag all this liquidity and come back down to our zone right around here. All right, that is, I am, hang on, I need a moment here. Oh my goodness. Wow, what a time to be in a $500,000 leverage long trade. All right. I have a lot on the line for this trade. My mom let me move back in her garage after getting liquidated last time. And speaking of liquidated, guys, the egg code for today is liquidated. All right. You know what? I think I'm going to need to double up on the hats here. We're going to need to double up on the hats. Goodness. So here's the thing. When you lose the value area high of a range, the highest probability, hang on. The highest probability is that we do come back down to the POC or the value area low of the range. And the sad reality is there is a lot of liquidity here to be taken. All right, we had this ascending channel, slow, painful grind. Weekly red dot could confirm in just a few days. Daily red dot could confirm in just a few hours. 4 hour money flow coming out. It's not looking good. Now, is there a ray of hope here? Let's ask ourselves this very serious question. Is there any hope? Yes. Yes, yes. There is one last ray of hope here, guys. And here's what it is. All right, when we take a look at this chart, we can see that we have a daily order block coming in right here. Around 73.8. And we have Saturday's low right here. Which means the box of last hope is going to be coming in right here between the prices of 73, 768 and 50 cents, 74, 151 and 60 cents. This is the box of hope and wonder now. All right. And if we don't hold this box of hope and wonder, then my fears have become phobias, guys. All right. My fears have become phobias. What band was that? What band was that? You guys remember that? My fears have become phobias. What band was that? As Blood Runs Black. Right. My fears have become phobias, guys. Here's the thing. My fear is that we will come all the way back down to this zone. All right? Very well could happen here. But this is our last ray of hope, because you know what they say about weekend lows. Very fickle. Very fickle. Just like weekend highs are fickle. Remember what happened? Our weekend high was put in right here. All right? And yesterday, what did we do? Well, we came and we took the liquidity of the weekend high just to reverse the price. All right? The opposite could now very well happen. We take the weekend low just to reverse the price. All right? Just to reverse the price. So let's keep our eyes on here. All right, let's keep our eyes on here. The 1 hour doesn't look good either. Oh my goodness, guys. Yeah, so that's the next level for me. I'm looking down to this box to potentially hop into another long. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. And you know what? I very well may be crazy, because here I am in a $500,000 high leveraged long trade. All right. You guys want to get wrecked? Use leverage. All right. You've heard the warnings from those other crypto YouTubers that don't trade, and from these other guys that don't really trade or invest but talk about leverage. You've heard them say how dangerous it is. You've heard them say not only does it multiply the profit but also the risk. This is 11x leverage, guys. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine such an irresponsible thing. But you know what? This is the internet. This is YouTube. You never know what you might find out there. Whew! My goodness. Shout out to Jerry Davis. Shout out to, how am I going to say this? Pongert Snow. Pongert Snow says high or low. This could be a higher low. This is the last hope for a higher low, guys. Tuesday was the top of the week. Yeah, for sure. For sure. 3x leverage ain't high leverage. This is 11x leverage, baby. All right, this is 11x. Okay. Shout out to Preparing for War. I need a box of Hope and Wonder. Me too, Preparing for War. All we need is a nice chest and arms day. All right. Wow, you doubled down on your long trade, Andrew Hurd, 93.71. 11x isn't really that high. I know. This is pure sarcasm, my friend. All right, I'm just trying to be sensational for the internet. Look. Us crypto YouTubers, we're struggling, man. It's hard to get views. It's hard to get clicks, man. No one gives a crap right now about Bitcoin. You know? I just got to be as sensational as possible. But let me tell you, what's really driven my views is all this stuff. I've turned myself into a meme by donating money to Trump and Drake. And now I've been getting hundreds of subscribers from people just coming to make fun of me. Isn't that what the internet's all about, guys? Isn't that truly what the internet's all about? You know? Take me back to the old internet, man. This channel tries to keep that old internet vibe alive. Just a guy in his garage, you know? Just a guy in his garage, chilling out with my Lamborghini in the back, trying to teach you how you too can get a Lamborghini by buying my course. All right? What am I even talking about? I'm not in a $500,000 long. Stop the BS. Look, bro. This is a $500,000. Okay, you're right. It's $499,255. It used to be a $500,000, but because the price of Bitcoin went down, so did the position value. All right. So here. All right. For your sake, let's put another $5 on the trade. It has to be at least $8. For your sake, my friend. There we go. 500. What the heck? Wait a second. I gotta refresh this. What the heck? Oh, you know, did the fee... What the heck just happened? Wait. How did I put money on the trade and we're down? Hang on. Let's put another $10 on this trade here. It's pushing the price down. Oh, no, it's pushing it up. All right, let's put $25 on. There we go. There we go. Right? What the heck is going on? Am I tripping out right? Hang on. Is this eating out? 696. Wait a second. Am I even logged in right now? Oh, wait. I'm such an idiot. I'm putting $25. I need to put $1,000 on trade. Man, see, look, this... This is why I'm such a moron, guys. All right? I don't even know what the... I'm reading the wrong number. There we go. $500,000. $500,000 on the trade. All right? Sheesh. What a moron. What an absolute moron. All right? Here we go, baby. Let's go. All right? Because you're singing, we're going to dump, then switch to pump. You got to say, we're going to pump. No, we're going to dump. That's why the pump song doesn't work. There you go. Thanks, Divine Hood. Thanks, Divine Hood. Whew, man. 500K is a surefire way to lose. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Jesse Gillick in the chat. Shout out to Viking Steve. Viking Steve. Yeah, you're totally right, Viking Steve. He says leverage doesn't matter. It's just your position size relative to your stop loss. Viking Steve is absolutely correct. All right. Big shout out to Viking Steve, man. Credit where credit is due. Yeah, I guess we've been singing the pump song backwards. Do I really think we're going to pump? Here's the thing. I'm about 10% positive right now that we're going to pump. All right, about 10% positive that we're going to pump. And if you guys have been here since yesterday, then you know the truth about this trade. If you guys have been here since the weekend, you know the truth about this trade. All right, this is actually a round trip from the weekend. This is a round trip from the weekend, guys. I was up 20K on this long trade. All right, and I have round tripped it all the way back down. $19,000 down the drain. All right, so this is a round trip right here. You guys, if you were watching the stream yesterday, you saw me take profit on a short trade because I thought we were going to pump. I thought we were going to pump when we were right here. All right. So, yeah, but for the sake of sensationalism, this is a knife catch, $500,000 long. And for all intents and purposes, it's functioning the exact same way. It literally is functioning the exact same way as if I just entered down. Because we come down to my entry and bounce from the entry. Okay? So let's go, baby. Let's see. All right, Andrew's 1,000% positive we're going to pump. So, Andrew, because of you, man, let's go. Like, what else can I say? All right, we got 500,000. Let's go, baby. Elliott Wave highly suggests we come down to 74.2. Well, you know what? Tell Elliott to go shove it where the sun don't shine, Divine Hood. No offense to your friend Elliott. All right? But me and him never got along anyway. All right? I did my best to be friendly to him. But he didn't reciprocate the gesture. All right? So tell Elliott to go shove it where the sun don't shine. All right? You know, what does he know anyway? Always waving at me. Always waving at me with that look on his face. Waving at me. You know? Seriously. And you know what? Speaking of Elliott, but 73.8 could be a nice bounce. Oh, yeah, 73.8 could be a nice bounce. Let's see. We're going to have to wait and see. Because honestly, here's the thing. If this trade gets stopped out, you know your boy's going to FOMO into another freshie. Take that 19K profit and hire someone to organize your garage. It will make your life so much better. Oh, my goodness. Do you even know? There's no hope for this garage, man. There's no hope for this garage. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Divine Hood. Shout out to Spicy Noodle. 6 Juanita is better than Elliott anyway. For sure. For sure. Bye, Elliott. Bye, Elliott. Maybe it's time to wear the bear cap instead of the bull cap. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so let's get back to the chart, okay? Guys, smash up the likes. If we can get the likes up to the watchers, I feel like a giveaway will be happening, all right? So see if we can get the likes up to the watchers, guys. All right. Yeah. What if he suns his sphincter? I wasn't talking about that, Dak. Big man, get your mind out the dang gutter, all right? I was talking about up his nose, right? The sun usually doesn't shine up your nose, okay? Unless you're hanging upside down. So, Elliott could stick it. We'll stick it to the man, Elliott. All right, so yeah, here's the deal. We're coming back to the daily chart here. JCasp, feeling kind of bearish. We got the green box of Hope and Wonder. If we lose the green box of Hope and Wonder, guys, then I do suspect we're coming down to around $68,000. At the very least, at the very most, I'd say we're going down to 57,000. And the reason why I say is because, well, it's the same as every pump and dump, right? Every single pump and dump. Stop number 1 is the golden pocket 786 zone. Stop number 2 is the overall low, which is exactly why we're long right now, right? Why are we long right now? Very simply put, it's because stop number 1 is the Fibonacci golden pocket 786 zone. And if we pull the dang Fibonacci golden pocket 786 from the low to the high, well, what do you know? We're trying along the 786 zone. We're actually losing it. And so now stop number 2 is the low. So it works on every single time frame. And once we lose that value area, then, yeah, probabilities are highest we come to the bottom here. My goodness. Can you guys believe? Can you guys believe the round-trippedness of this trade here? You know? Do I regret it? Do I regret it? What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think I regret round-tripping $20,000 of profit and now closing the trade out in a loss after being up 20,000? My goodness. That is crazy. Do I go to a chiropractor? Yeah, his name's Dr. Greg. All right, shout out to Dr. Greg, the chiropractor, man. I used to go to a chiropractor named Dr. Sandy, but she lives too far away from me now. And when you have 4 kids, let me tell you, an hour trip to the chiropractor is a big ordeal. All right, so we found a person more local. Praise God. Praise the Lord. Oh my goodness. Guys, I don't even know if I can contain myself right now. We are coming down to the wire. We got $500,000 on the line, baby. We're down to the wire. Guess what? Steve J. DeSimone has some bullish fundamentals. Bitcoin is mispriced. All right? Mispriced. The real price of Bitcoin is $139K. He's got some bullish hopium fundamentals coming on in for us. Well, JD, I have to say, although I agree that Bitcoin, the price will go up, sadly, as somebody trading high leverage 6-figure positions, it doesn't really affect me at all. Because if we don't get there quick, my friend, well, liquidation. Liquidate, I'm already sweating it. The liquid's already coming out. And I'll tell you this, the egg code for today is liquidated. All right? If you want some eggs in the Casper Crew Discord, liquidated is the key word. All right, please check ETH. Look, ETH is a very undervalued asset as well, and it will pump. When? I don't know. Oh no! Oil just printed a green dot. El punto verde. Now we bounce from the 886 fib. Let's go. No regrets ever. I regret not longing XRP. You know it. I regret closing my short. You know it. Take the money. Blood Diamond on the 5-second. Oh man. Shout out to Splash for Our Films. Shout out to Drake Carry On TV. If you know him well, he is always hedging and gave good risk management, no regret. That is true. Yeah, I am hedging, but here's the thing. I actually, the short trade is definitely not as big as this long trade. And yes, here's the thing. I do not regret. Hang on 1 second. I do not regret at all holding this trade, guys. And for real talk right now, all right? I do not regret closing this trade. I do not regret keeping it open at all because it was a planned trade. It was a planned swing long trade. And sometimes you plan a trade and it's a loss. And that's part of the dang plan. So on to the next trade. Really, I mean, seriously. I do not regret at all not closing this trade. And in all seriousness, guys, am I peeing in the bushes? Yes, I am. ETH is dying off because the devs and main foundation members leave. Yeah, I don't know. I do think ETH will still have its day. When the fundamentals get bearish for a coin like ETH, it's only a matter of time before it pumps Divine Hood. I believe that with all my soul. Yes, I am peeing in the bushes, guys. All right. It's the pre-liquidation liquidation. The pre-liquidation liquidation. Man, it's a beautiful day. It was cloudy all day. Why does it only get sunny when I stream? It's a beautiful day. Look at the corn is not growing yet. All right, but the corn will be growing in that field back there. That's the cornfield back there, guys. All right, that's the cornfield back there. There's the solar field right there. You could see, because this is a 100% off-grid live stream, by the way. This is a 100% off-grid live stream. All right, let's get back on the treadmill. I always feel like I'm on a dang treadmill here. Let's get back on the treadmill. The pre-liquidation liquidation complete. Yeah, no, but in all seriousness, guys, here's the thing. Here's what we need to know. Here's what we need to understand. You cannot ever regret trading according to your plans. Okay? Here's the thing. If I had closed this trade for a $20,000 profit, I actually would have regretted that because I would not have been trading according to my plan. Okay? And so one of my plans is to close this trade in a loss. And I'm 100% serious with that right now. One of my actual plans for this trade is closing in a loss, a calculated loss, right? And here's the thing. If you guys want to learn more about how to trade the way I trade, I have a free course, totally free, 100% free. I spill all the juice for free. All right, let's check it out on my YouTube channel. Let's see. Go to the Jason Casper YouTube channel. All right, go to playlists. Go to Jason Casper free trading course. All right, check it out. There's 18 sessions here. 18 sessions plus a video of my friend reading healing scriptures. All right, way at the bottom. Right here. But the thing is, 18 sessions, guys, for free. I'm not even kidding. 100% free. Spilling all the beans. All right, spilling all the dang beans. So check it out. Check it out. Shout out to Anthony Lee Crypto, bro. What's going on, man? Anthony Lee, bro. Yeah, you know what? Would you coach me, man? Would you coach me, bro? Do you coach? Do you coach online? Anthony Lee Crypto, would you be my coach, bro? I'll pay you in Bitcoin. Nobody seriously plans to close in a loss unless you have a bigger position somewhere else. No, that's not true. That is not true. Here's the thing. Whenever you take a position, it's either going to be a win or it's going to be a loss. And you have to plan for both. If you're not planning for both, you're going to get wrecked. And if you're not planning for both, guess what? You're going to be that guy in the YouTube chat saying, "Hey, Jay, I'm long from 74,820. What should I do? What should I do, Jay?" And I'll tell you, well, I can't answer that question for you. Before you enter a trade, you need to have three things. Number one, a reason to enter. Number two, a place to get out if it goes for you. And number three, a place to get out when it goes against you. If you don't have those three things, you're not trading, you're gambling. So yes, I planned to lose money on this trade. And I plan to make money on the trade. You plan for both. You plan for both. If you're not planning for both, you're gambling and not trading. That's the big difference. That's the big difference, man. Streaming, liquidating, peeing. I could tell you how to lose for free to just throw your whole bag into a coin at the highs. Oh, man. Shout out to John Doe. He says, "I pray Jesus bless every single one of you." Amen. I pray the same for everybody in the chat. Planning for both, but planning to close in a loss, then why buy? Well, because when I opened this trade, I thought it was going to pump, bro. What can I say? I thought we were going to pump, but I didn't know for sure. You know what I'm saying? You know? Shout out to Liberty and Trust. He says, "Hear, hear." Shout out to M. Fonzos, who says, "Amen." Shout out to Roy TX7ZX, who says, "Yo." Shout out to Jesse Gillick, posting a link to the free course. All right. Take a loss for tax purpose. That is true as well. That is true as well. How many acres is that? It's quite a few. Quite a few acres. Nothing makes you feel more free than peeing in the garden, says Tony. That is true. You know what makes you really feel free is being able to pee anywhere. What I like to do is I like to pull my pants all the way down to the ankles, put my hands behind my head like this, and spin in circles with my eyes closed while urinating. That is true freedom. If you can't shove those trousers down to the ankles, put your hands behind your head, close your eyes and look up and spin in circles as fast as you can while urinating. Are you even free? In fact, are you even a crypto trader? Are you even a trader? Shout out to Crypto Crank. God bless you, my man. Shout out to Larry Garcia. God bless you, my bro. Shout out to Bitcoin Recipe. He says, big facts. Shout out to Divine Hood here. He says, Jay, USDT Dom is breaking out of a 3-month descending channel and could pump to take the 9.5% double highs in the next few months. Bull case is a head and shoulders now on the hourly. Man, that is bearish for Bitcoin. All right? That is ultra bearish for Bitcoin. I'm paying down my mortgage thanks to Jason and Jesus, Yeshua, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Baruch Yeshua. Here's the thing. It's all because of the Lord. It has nothing to do with me, bro. It's all because of the Lord. All right? He's the one who gives us the power to make wealth. Yeah, try it out. Look, if you haven't ever peed that way, try it out, guys. It is the most freeing thing in the world. Now, of course, you got to be careful if you're on some uneven terrain. You might trip and fall, break your ankle, and then your wife's going to find you out there passed out, broke ankled, Fibonacci extension hanging out on the ground, completely liquidated. And you don't want her to see you that way, okay? You don't want her to see... Because here's the thing. Women can't do that, says Erica. That's not true. You could, Erica. You could. You could do it. It might not work the same way as it would for a male. For a man. But you still technically could, all right? Oh, man. Be careful. Jason's a scammer. He scammed my friend of 300K. Well, here's the thing. If that actually did happen, I'm sorry you got scammed, bro. But here's the thing. It wasn't me. It was an actual scammer just pretending to be me. You got to be really careful out there, guys. In Discord, on Twitter, in YouTube comments, on Instagram. There are a billion fake accounts. There are fake Discords out there where people pretend to be me and my moderators. And they'll lure you in. And they'll say, hey, we'll trade for you. If you give us your money, we'll trade for you and split the profit. This is why we have the disclaimer all over the website. All over the YouTube channel. Okay? I'm really sorry your friend got scammed, but look, you gotta be smart about things, guys. Honestly. The scammers are ruthless. Okay? They are ruthless. So, in every single video that we post, we have our disclaimer. It says Jason Casper and employees or representatives will never manage or offer to manage a customer or individual's options, stocks, cryptocurrencies, currencies, futures, forex, or any financial markets or securities. If someone claiming to represent or be associated with Jason Casper solicits you for money or offers to manage your trading account, do not provide any personal information and contact us immediately. I do not have a Telegram or a WhatsApp. Beware of scammers. All right? Seriously. Guys, seriously. All right? Seriously. You got to be careful. All right? And I'm really sorry that your friend got scammed. Here's the thing. I got hacked myself. I lost $700,000 on September 15th, 2023 from hackers. All right? So, it's kind of part of the game. But here's the thing. You know what? Sadly, and I know this is sad, experiences like that, and they suck. They suck. They do suck. But, you know, it is true freedom. True freedom. Crypto gives you true freedom. There's no bank to bail you out. There's no credit card company to call. It is what it is. You make a mistake and you learn from it. Hopefully you take security more seriously and don't give your stuff out to scammers, because I'll tell you, when I got scammed and when I got hacked, it was a big wake-up call for me. It was a big wake-up call for me to take things more seriously. But, yeah, and don't click any links, says Trader Geo. He's right. If you click a link, they could drain your whole wallet if you have like a MetaMask hooked up to your browser or whatever. But yeah, seriously. Do I trade penny stocks? I don't. My favorite scammers are the Indian dudes. But All right, I'm gonna have to ban the people calling me a scammer, but I've all, you know, because you can't come in here and start saying stuff like that. But trust me, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I will never scam anybody. I never want to scam anybody. All right, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Here we go, guys. Trading the red. Let's see. We're trying to get a little bit of a bounce. Oh my goodness. If this isn't scary, I don't know what is. If this isn't scary, I don't know what is, guys. All right. Oh man, look at that deep wick. Look at that deep wick. All right. I got a feeling they deployed a bot to spam. Yeah, it does look like that. It does look like a bot in there because it's just copy paste the same thing. All right, well, we're quickly losing money here. All right, so let's see, because stop loss is under the low. So we're going to take a bit of a hit here if we get stopped out. SL under the low. All right. Man. It's never a fun thing to lose money live on the internet, guys. Let me tell you. It's never fun. It really is never fun. But let's see what happens. It's not over until the fat lady sings Sweet Home Alabama. All right. Save me shave buzz. What does that mean? Am I still doing long? Yeah, I'm still long, man. Still long, baby. Am I adding to longs? Nope. 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 How does taking a loss help with tax purposes? You can write it off. It doesn't really help. Nothing really helps with taxes. People are like, oh, just buy a new house and you can write off with taxes. Like, yeah, but it doesn't really mean you get more money. It just means you're like giving less to the government, you know? Look at this. We're in the green. No, I'm not adding to longs, guys. All right. Liquidations and big orders right underneath. Yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure. When we come down to the yellow line, yeah, let's take a look actually at Market Cipher here, because I do kind of want to see if I am interested in a new long from that low. I'm interested in a scalp from that low, to be honest with you. Let's take a look here. Scalp from the low. If this gets stopped out, yeah, I would look for a scalp from the low. The 12-minute would give me a scalp from this low, from this box here. Even if it's just a little bit of a move, I would look for a scalp from that low, for sure. Faux show. Faux show. Yeah, gotta lock them in quick in this current environment, says Crypto Crank. Yeah, Crypto Crank, man, I've been through the whole... You know what's funny? Crypto Crank, I had him on my channel back in, what was it, March, bro? Anyway, he put the fire into my belt to start scalping. I started scalping. That kind of merged into day trading, which kind of merged into swing trading. And now I'm in that swing trading mentality, losing money again, so I'm probably going to have to merge back into scalping. What's funny is we went from a scalper's market... We went from a scalping market into a day trading market into a swing trading market, really, is what happened with Bitcoin. But let's see what happens now as we're coming back into the macro range. This actually, the only swing short to be held now, in my opinion, if we don't bounce from here, is a short trade back down to 67K. Right? Yeah, if it loses 74, it is... Well, yes, I'd say it's game over in the sense that we're going back down to the middle of the range at least. All right. I'm not going to add to the trade, bro. I have a very calculated risk on this trade here. All right. So I'm going to be risking about $2,000 on this trade here. I'll be $2,000 in the hole. on this trade here. So yeah, bro, we do need to do another collab, man. We'll do it. We'll set something up for sure. I don't know when, but we will. Shout out to Andrew. He says he made a whole bunch of money gamble trading, but after learning from me, he's been consistently profitable. Well, praise God, bro. Don't I see the HNS? The inverted HNS? Or the regular HNS? The regular head and shoulder? This thing up here? Yeah, I see it. I see it. Come on, baby. Come on, Biddy. Let's go back to TradingView quick and check a look at the... We currently do have a divergence here. You know what? Maybe this is our low. The hopium. The hopium. All right. All right. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Look at that. We've taken the low. We've closed the candle above on the 12-minute. We're about to get a divergence, money flow momentum. Maybe this was our low here. Can you imagine if we get saved once again? This trade has been up and in the green and in the red, in the green, in the red, in the green, in the red, in the red, in the green, and green, in the red. Trader Geo says, we ended... Oh, we need to do a 5-person mask collab. Yeah, that'd be cool. And honestly, Trader Geo, we got to get the Pump Song studio version going, man. But I don't know. I don't know. You want to do a 24-hour stream? Bro, I was thinking about doing that too. I did a 5-hour live stream the other day. But you know, after I did 5 hours, I figure, hey, you know, just 5 more of these. Now I've been going for 24 hours. Might as well. You might as well, mate. We got a 1-hour bull dev on the RSI. Anthony Lee Crypto likes collabs. Do a little TA. Talk fitness, homesteading, Bible. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's the kind of collabs people like, I think. If this was it, let's pump. Yeah, let's pump. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's pump. We do have some bullish divs. Like, let's check it out. Look at this. Man, can you imagine if this thing ends up in the green? If the swing trade, and people telling me to close it for 400 bucks. Can you imagine if this is it now? And we go straight to 83K? Man. I don't think we're going to, by the way. I'm just saying, could you imagine? We have the bullish div. By the way, guys, Bitfunded is giving away $250,000. All you have to do to win a $5,000 funded account is sign up using my link to Bitfunded Crypto Propfirm. You're automatically entered into the giveaway. Link in the description. Klein Funding is giving away $250,000. 5 $50,000 accounts. All right, to win one of the $50,000 funded accounts, you do have to have had purchased a funded account through Klein, through my link in the past, all right? So these are some good deals, legitimate good deals. Also, guys, I'm trading on KCEX, BLOFIN, YUBIT, and ANTARCTIC. ANTARCTIC is my DEX, 0% limit order, 0.02% market order. All my exchanges, I've made deals with them for very low fees, all right? So you can't get fees that low unless you use my link, because I have exclusive deals with the exchanges. Also, if you want to join the Casper crew, where I give the trades in the moment, including this long trade that I'm in, that's in the red, but also the short trades, like the one on May 10th and the one on May 14th, which are currently up right now, tens of thousands of dollars in profit. You can go to jasoncaspertrading.com, click the link to join the VIP Discord, where myself and 3 other instructors every single day are doing live trading, giving you their setups, their plans, and telling you what they're doing. Of course, none of it is financial advice. And we are back to the chart. And I don't know, it's looking kind of scaly. Let's check out the 1 hour. Ooh, nasty. The 1 hour looks absolutely nasty. The 24-minute looks, maybe we could get something from here. Maybe. Here's a thought, guys. Here's a quick thought. Sideways range. distribution, right? Come back up, take the high one more time, and then we drop, right? Let's see if actually, I think this is actually a pretty plausible thing to happen right now, considering the fact that we formed a low, we formed a high, we've taken the low with some bullish divs on the low time frames that don't look ultra bullish, but nonetheless, it's clear that we've got potential bullish divs confirming here very soon in the 5 and the 6 minute. And so, yeah, why not get some more distribution so that they can fill up some more shorts and then drop it? I would actually like that to happen. Let's see if we can't pump it up to the top of that mini range. You know? Let's see if we can't pump it up to the top of that. We need the Sam Price pump song clip.
We're gonna pump, no we're gonna dump. We're gonna pump, no we're gonna dump. We're gonna pump, no we're gonna dump. We're gonna pump.
Let's do it, man. Let's pump. I mean, honestly. Let's pump! Come on, baby. Yeah, this is the moment of truth for us crypto bulls right now. Let's do it. Shout out to Crypto Lifer, by the way. Love that guy. Crypto Lifer's the man. If you guys aren't subscribed, go subscribe. Double bottom vibes. Can you imagine? It doesn't really have the double bottom vibes, but you know, it doesn't really have the double bottom vibes, but you know. Let's see. Let's look at the 10-minute chart here. The 10-minute candle close was nice. There obviously is the potential for some divergence here. It's not looking the best, guys. Oh, it's not looking the best. But don't worry. Look. Nobody ever made profits by closing trades, all right? No one ever made a profit by closing the trade. Hang on, this stop loss isn't even real. The stop loss for real is down here, all right? Nobody ever made profits by closing, all right? That's what my grandfather told me. He told me that before he lost everything. This is a true story. I'm not even kidding you guys. This is 100% true. My great-grandfather became a multimillionaire in the 40s and the 50s on the horse races, and then he legit lost everything on the horse races. It's not even a fake story, you know. So runs in my family. No one ever made profits by closing early, said my great grandfather. He told me that right before he lost it all, you know. My grandfather lost it all trying to get Drake to say K-Dot. Here we go. Is Bitcoin a bubble stock? No, I don't think so. The CEO of Bitcoin is legit Dusty Hunt. How many calories burned on the treadmill? I don't know, but I've been currently maintaining my weight on about 5,000 calories a day. Of course, I've only been doing that now. This is my 3rd week I've been on 5,000 calories a day. I was down to 4,400 calories for 6 weeks. I lost about 12 pounds, 10 to 12 pounds. I don't know. I don't weigh myself too much. But now I'm pumping the calories back up. So my TDEE is probably around 5,000 calories per day. And I don't really pay attention to how many calories I burn. But I do pay attention to how many calories I eat. And I do pay attention to my weight. So I don't know. But I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you. Look, I found the secret to life. Take it from a former fat guy. Take it from a former fat guy. All right? If you are naturally fat, you were a fat kid, you were a fat teenager, your friends could eat whatever they wanted and be normal athletic kids, but you were fat, couldn't even do a push-up, couldn't run a quarter mile, couldn't do a pull-up, couldn't even do a dead hang from a bar. All right? You have a massive appetite. You go out to eat. Your friends are like, oh, they give you so much food here. You're like, my goodness, I could eat 6 more of those. If that's you, let me introduce you to the walking desk with a weighted vest. You can eat as much as you want, so long it be healthy food. And you can look like this all year without much effort, with very little effort, Like maybe after a while you have to like hone it in, lose a little weight by dropping the calories a little bit. But I'm not even kidding. That is the cheat code, bro. I discovered the cheat code to being lean and muscular without any effort. I'm telling you. It's so easy. All you have to do is go for a nice, slow, effortless walk. Sometimes wear a weighted vest. And man, I'm telling you, sit down to eat and you can eat to your heart's content, man. Stuff your dang face till you're lying there on the couch. Ugh. Wake up the next morning, 6-pack abs, tons of energy, feeling good. Let me tell you, it's the secret. It's the secret if you don't want to go on drugs or use peptides. If you want to use peptides, go for it. If you want to use drugs, go for it. If you don't want to do that stuff because you value your health, okay? Walking treadmill, walking desk, baby. Walking desk. You know? Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. But it is the truth, man. I'm about to do a shoulder day. Can you give me some personalized motivation? Sure. You can do it, Trader Geo. One more rep, bro. There you go. Clip that. Doesn't do anything for the legs and the calves. All right. Maybe it doesn't. Here's the thing. All right. I have to say, I am proud of my legs. I'm proud of my legs. I know people say they suck. Whatever. I'm 6'3". All right. I'm proud of my quads. My calves. I know they suck. But you know what? Anthony Lee Crypto has given me a calf routine, which is gonna pump the calves. All right. He's gonna pump the calves for your boy, Jason Casper. All right. But it's been very difficult for me to put size on my legs. So I'm actually proud of my progress. I'm proud of my leg progress. I'm proud of my quad development. All right. My legs are very strong. All right. I have strong legs. I have athletic looking toned quads. You know, if I didn't have to wear, you know what I wish your calves were on top of your quads instead of the other way around. I wish you could walk around with shorts and only your quads show instead of only your calves. You know what I'm saying? All right. That's what I wish. I'm a chicken. That's the real secret. That's why I love hens so much. That's true. Oh, I do love chickens. You know, I do. I know I got small legs. I know. Compared to half my female lifters, yeah, that's true. But whatever, man. You know, it is what it is. All right? It is what it is. You know, but don't worry. Anthony Lee Crypto is helping your boy out. All right? He said, Jay, you got to do 3 supersets of calf raises. Toes out, toes middle, toes in. 3 supersets. We're imploding? Well, we're not imploding yet. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I don't think we're imploding. Not yet. We still have a ways to go before we take a massive hit. All right. And let's see if we can't get a scalp in here. You could cut the carbs and the sugar. You could do that too, but here's the thing. It's for people that like to eat, right? It's a cheat code. You have to pick one, all right? If you like to eat, you could either live a miserable existence where you're always hungry, always thinking about food, always in a bad mood, always low energy, always unmotivated because you have no energy coming in your body, and you could have abs. Or you could eat as many carbs as you want, have tons of energy coming into your body at all times. So much energy. You can get stuff done. You're active. You're playing with the kids. You're taking care of the farm. You're lifting heavy weights. You're walking. You're trading. You're hanging out with your wife. You're not thinking about food when your wife's trying to have romantic time. And life is way better. Right? Those are your two choices. Now I'm talking about people who like to eat, because I love to eat, I'll be honest. When I was a kid, I was so dang fat. I used to, no joke, I used to make cheese sandwiches with mayonnaise, hide them under my pillow at night so I could eat them in bed. When I was like 10 years old. I'm not even kidding. Like, that's, you know, I had this massive appetite. I still do. Ask anyone who knows me in real life. They're like, Jay, how do you eat so much? How? You're like a garbage disposal, Jay. You could just eat forever. It's true. It's true. It's true. You know? "15-minute pullback. 15-minute on pullback area. If break, then we are going to dump so hard." Yeah, let's see. What does romantic time mean? I'm trying to think of something witty to say, but I can't think of anything. Crypto Dom has way more energy after cutting carbs and sugars. Then good for you, Crypto Dom. Good for you, man. If that was the case with me, I would do it. That's not the case with me. All right? That's not the case with me. I get that low carb depression. That low carb depression. You know, I'm not even kidding you guys. I get depressed when I cut carbs. I like walk around with like a gloomy cloud over my head. Don't feel like doing anything. Don't feel like walking. Don't feel like lifting weights. Don't feel like trading. Don't feel like doing anything. Don't want to play with the kids. They want to go on the trampoline. Like, nah, too tired. I ain't got energy for that. You know? But, Anthony Lee can see the Klein and the trend on the shelf in the background. Dang, I wanted to blur out this camera. Yeah, it's when you surprise her with flowers. Have I ever been broke before? Well, define broke, because like I've never been in a place where I didn't have a place to live. I've always had a place to live, at least a vehicle. I've always had family and friends that would have supported me, but there was a time when I had no income and I didn't have anything to my net worth at all. How many steps do I get a day? You know what? I don't know. It depends. It depends on the day. It depends on if I have my phone in the pocket. On a Saturday, usually maybe like 10,000. On the other 6 days, usually between, on the low end, 17,000. On the high end, maybe like 45,000, depending on how much I'm doing that day. Like the day I did that 5-hour live stream, I ended up close to 50,000 steps that day. It's pretty wild. You're only a protein and coffee guy, says Crypto Knight, the LTC Maxi. Here we go, baby. Bitcoin about to pump. That is crazy if you're only a Bitcoin and coffee guy. I mean, a protein and coffee guy. Whoa, there's a bald eagle. Oh my goodness. A bald eagle literally just swooped down a beautiful male with a white head. That's crazy. Look, if that's you guys, God bless you for it, honestly. You know, honestly. Whatever makes, here's the thing. Whatever makes you feel good. I'm talking about diet, not talking about other things, right? When it comes to diet and nutrition, whatever makes you feel good, that's what you should do. Whatever keeps you healthy, that's what you should do. All right. A Bitcoin and coffee guy. I've been a Bitcoin and coffee guy. Do I know about Brian Johnson, the guy who wants to live forever? Yes. And here's the thing. I'm not a prophet, but I have a feeling he's going to die a tragic death. I just have that feeling. I have the feeling that he is going to not live very long. That is my hunch. I don't wish death upon him. I wish the best for him. But when I see somebody I feel like it's going to backfire on him somehow. right? Just like how I feel about MicroStrategy is eventually going to sell Bitcoin. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just get that hunch whenever I watch his interviews and I see him and he talks about how he's like biologically getting younger and this and that. I think to myself, I don't know. I don't know if I buy it, you know. But I wish the best for him. I do. I pray he lives very long. I pray the Lord blesses him. All that stuff. Crypto Crank is down for all of it. Peptides, steroids. No, he didn't say steroids. He said TRT, peptides, diet, workout, sleep. Nothing wrong with any of it. 6-month checkups, organic food. At the end of the day, God knows when it's time to come home. Yeah, I could get behind that mentality. Crypto Crank, you know. For me, I'd rather keep it all natural, bro. But whatever people want to do is fine with me. You know, I'm a libertarian. You know. Let's see. Golden era. Marathon mix, 90s boom bap all day. Mic check. This song is called Mic Check. How come my stop loss is at the CDW? Because I'm going to look to get into another long there. What's the game plan with this trade? Why would someone long in a downtrend with no signs of a reversal? That's a good question. Here's why I'm in this long trade, okay? I have been looking to long Bitcoin since we were around here. I was looking to long Bitcoin. All right, I was in a swing long from $68,000. I added to it here. It got stopped out. It got stopped out for a $59,169 profit, okay? Then, in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, I told the community that I was going to be longing Bitcoin and my trading idea does not become invalidated until $74,000, all right? So I'm opening up new longs on the 18th of May. Adding to my swing longs from 68K, which got closed out for a $59,000 profit. If we dip, I'll add more. So we dipped, I got in another long position, all right? That is why I'm in that trade. So think about it. I just made 59K, and now I'm risking 2K on the current trade. So 57K is my worst case scenario. Plus, I'm in this short trade as well, okay? Short trade as well. And let's see, we got to refresh this. The short trade, it's all about the risk management. I mean, for me, the $2,000 I'm risking is well worth it right now. The idea is still valid. I've locked in a $19,000 win, a $12,000 win, you know, small wins, small losses. I don't really consider it if it's like less than $5,000. $18,000 win. This is all from April and May. All right, $63,000 win. All right, and that was the end of March. All right, so the last 2 months, we're up tons of money right now, 6 figures. I'm risking $2,000 on this trade, which is a planned trade, mind you, a trade I planned for. Okay, I planned for this trade. So, because I've planned for this trade, I am looking to long according to my plan. Now, do we have the same bullish signs that we had when I started to take the trade? The answer is no. The answer is no. When I took the trade, now I started doing this on the 18th, the chart did look much more bullish. But here's the thing about the way I trade. I keep my trading plans and I continue to trade them until the idea becomes invalid. All right. So far my idea is not invalid unless we lose this green box I've marked out on my chart here. Okay. Now I'm not going to close a trade that's open that I've already calculated the risk for, right? I'm risking $2,000. I'm totally fine with losing $2,000. I don't care at all. If we come down to my next level and I see something bullish on the chart, I will also take a long trade. That is why I'm longing in a downtrend. It depends on how you look at this. Is this a downtrend? Or is this a giant breakout and back test? Now, it looked more like a breakout and back test last week than it does now. Okay, now it's starting to look much, much worse. But it still could turn into a breakout and a back test. So yes, I'm looking for a long trade at the breakout and the back test of a major support resistance flip. And if we lose this box, then I'm no longer looking for a long trade unless we come down at least to the POC at 68K. Preferably coming lower than that. All right, so that is why I'm in the long, okay? And that's the deal, right? I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. All we need is a tweet. Whoa, make me a milli. Bro, you know what? I was literally just thinking about you the other day, bro. I was wondering about you, thinking, I hope you're all right, because I haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything's good, bro. God bless you, man. God bless you, bro. I was thinking about jacked crypto traders who have YouTube channels. Nah, bro, you don't have to apologize for your absence, man. You're not obligated to be here. But I'm glad to see you, bro. I'm glad to see you, man. Hope all is good. All we need is a tweet for a trend reversal. Yeah, probably. Why not libertarian like the Liver King? I mean, I'm not a libertarian, but I do believe that eating organ meat is good for you from time to time. It does have a lot of important vitamins, like choline and biotin and vitamin A, vitamin B12, and cholesterol to support hormones. And has to be a good source, though. But I do eat heart, I eat liver, I eat kidney, I even eat testicle. I have eaten testicle. All right, I've dabbled. Don't clip this. I eat testicles. Please don't clip that. Oh, man. Yeah, I've eaten some sheep testicles before. You know? The medical term for sheep testicles is balls. Balls. You guys ever eaten some balls before? Who cares about the meat from Oregon? You're right. Who cares about the meat from Oregon? Is canned sardines good for you? If you can get a BPA-free can, and as long as they are in a BPA-free can and they're wild-caught sardines and they are in either water or organic extra virgin olive oil. All right? Because if they're just in olive oil, that could be cut with like any kind of other oil. And if it's in a BPA-lined can, you could be eating soy oil mixed with BPA, which is not good for your hormones. But yes, sardines are very healthy because they have good omega-3, polyunsaturated fats, which decrease inflammation, are good for your hormones, good for everything, really. And so, well, some people say, I'm not a doctor. It's funny. Some people say it's bad for you, but I think they're good for you. What do I know? Okay. I don't know anything. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. You know? Looks like something's bothering me. You know, it's probably just because I shaved off all my beard. That's probably what it is, man. I shaved everything yesterday. Greek crypto trader says, I have the best olive oil. I believe it if you're a Greek crypto trader. Rocky Mountain oysters, yeah, seriously. But yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I think fatty fish is good for you. But my favorite kind of canned fish is mackerel. Mackerel, because sardines gross me out. You got to eat the whole dang fish. Like, it's kind of gross, right? Mackerel is like white fish. If you get mackerel, either in water or extra virgin olive oil, it's nice. You can mash it up, make a sandwich. I know you can do the same thing with sardines too, but sardines, I'll be honest, I don't necessarily enjoy eating them, but I do enjoy eating mackerel. And of course, salmon. Salmon, in fact, what we're going to do now is we're going to turn our purple candles to salmon-colored candles. All right? Salmon-colored candles. Salmon-colored candles, and then Donald Trump color. All right. Honestly, you want to get healthy, you need more Trump and more salmon in your life. Here we go. Holy mackerel. I know, right? What do I think about trending on candlestick bodies? Do you mean trading based on candlestick bodies? It could be. In Amsterdam, they eat raw mackerel. Interesting. I know I'm going after Zevia and sardines, bro. But here's the thing. Look, don't take me too seriously, bro. All right, don't take me too seriously. I'm wary about the BPA. Maybe I'm wrong about it. All right. Can you check the bull div on the 12 minutes? Yes. Yes, the most jacked crypto trader I've ever heard of is an old Chinese man named Boyan, aka Bojan. AKA Bojan. Yeah, let's check it out. Let's check out the 12-minute bullish divergence. All right. It's there. It's there. Come on, baby. Yeah, let's see. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a rotation back up to the top of this micro range here. Right? Let's see. We got the divergence now. My Doberman eats raw chicken and he's jacked. That's cool. F Donald Trump. He's a pedo and a Zionist. Am I allowed to say those things on YouTube? Well, I'm not a Donald Trump fan, just to be clear. If anyone knows me, everyone knows what I think about Donald Trump. I've gone on long tangents about it, pissed off all the Trump lovers. I almost called them Trump tards, but I'm trying to be more neutral here. Yeah, sardines have high protein and very affordable for sure. What is BPA? It's like an endocrine disruptor that's on the inside of most aluminum cans or tin cans. So like, yeah. You know what? You know what the real problem is? I'll tell you. The real problem is with the food is the lack of localization. You know, globalization is unhealthy. Localization is healthy. If you're growing food in local communities, if you're canning your own food, you know, that's the way to go, honestly. But I'm not saying it's bad to have the food supply that we have, where you can buy anything you want at the store at any time. But in general, the closer you can get to the source of the food, if you're growing it yourself, if someone in your area is growing it, producing it, canning it, it's not going to need as many preservatives and stuff. And at the end of the day, it's really hard to tell. Here's my honest view. I believe that the world is controlled by demonic forces who hate humanity because humanity is created in God's image. And so they want to destroy humanity, demonic forces. All right. Now, the demonic forces use the greed of people in order to kill people. So, for example, the food industry. They put a whole bunch of garbage, poison in the food because it makes it able to be sold cheaper for a higher profit margin, and they don't care about your health, they just care about making money, right? So I believe there's different reasons for why people do stuff like this, but in general, at the end of the day, I do think it's demonic, right? But the closer you can get to God's creation, the healthier you are going to be. That's why I'm streaming out in the garage, right? Because you guys see a dirty garage, but I'm looking out at God's beautiful creation. I'm looking out at mountain ranges, trees, valleys, fields, the beautiful blue sky, you know, the sunshine. You know, if you're locked inside all day, you're not going to be as happy, you're not going to be as healthy. All that kind of stuff. Trump played and pimped all his supporters. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But the thing is, most Trump supporters don't even see that. They will never see that. But yeah, from the very beginning, it has been my view that Trump is a Trojan horse. It's been my view from the beginning. I mean, you guys go back to all the election nonsense, and I have held to my view. I was unsure about Trump in 2016. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, but from 2020 onward, all right, I was convinced that Trump is simply just playing a role that he was selected to play. All right, he's playing a role he was selected to play. You could agree, you could disagree. That's my view. Here we go, baby. We're trying to get a little bit of a pump here. We got $500,000 on the long. We are struggling, but we're up 379 bucks. Yeah, you can't vote yourself out of slavery. If you could, voting wouldn't be allowed. That's the thing. That's the thing that people don't quite understand. Shout out to Dustin Prince. He says, not long term, but in the next 6 months, cash is king. I'll start buying crypto in October. That's a pretty good time frame, man. I mean, I hope I get an extra chance to buy crypto below 60K. I was starting to doubt it. Now I'm starting to get some hope. My first purchase for Bitcoin in this bear market was at $65,000. And my next plan is under 57, hopefully around 50K. And then hopefully I am going to be able to buy under 40K. That would be a dream come true, man. But let's see what happens. At least I don't play that AI video. No, I play it all the time. It's pretty much in all my videos. All my Trump AI videos. Shout out to Alex O. He's trying to push it for me. Thanks, bro. Look, if we all go 100x leverage, is Trump better than Kami Kamala? Here's the thing. Here's the thing about how federal politics works. That's exactly the mindset they want you to have, right? They give you two choices, and they force you to choose what you think is the lesser of two evils. But here's the thing, they're both evil. And here's the thing, the agenda still goes forward no matter what. The agenda for globalization, for the destruction of the middle class, goes forward no matter what. All right? Maybe it'll go forward with a more conservative veneer. Maybe it'll go forward with a more liberal veneer, okay? But it still goes forward. It's called the Hegelian dialectic. You have two polar opposites, and you create a synthesis of the two, right? You create two extremes, right? Essentially, the way it works is you create two extremes. You create this extreme over here, and this extreme over here, all right? So just recently, okay, the extreme of the left has been communism, socialism. Let's totally disregard biology, trans, gay, this and that, super woke, all this nonsense that people get sick of. And people say, we definitely don't want to go over here. We don't want to go over here. All right, we're sick of all this gay crap. Just shut up. If you're gay, good for you. All right, if you're a tranny, great for you. But we're not going to have trans parades in our kids' library. And we're not going to accept your mental disorder. And we're not going to go to jail because we called you he when you identified as she. So people say, no, we don't want that. And so what they do then is they put somebody else out there. In this case, Donald Trump. The anti-this. Donald Trump is the anti-this, right? And so everybody flocks now over to this guy, all right? People now flock over. The pendulum swings to the other side, all right? What they do is they use two extremes, and they bounce people back and forth between the two extremes. What's happening is the agenda is going forward. We're going in this direction. Where they really want us, guys, is up here, all right? They want us up here, so they use the two extremes to propel us in that direction until eventually we get where they want to go. After all, they don't really want everybody gay and trans in the library, and they don't really want the extreme right either, all right? They want somewhere in the middle. And they use people's ignorance, they use people's emotions, they use all that stuff to drive society in a certain direction, right? So the very fact that we feel like we have to choose between Trump or Kamala, that's the problem. They gave us Trump and Kamala. That was not, you did not decide on Trump. He was decided on for you. How was he decided on for you? Because out of nowhere, here comes Trump as the hero to save us from the liberals, to save us from the Obama administration, to save us from Biden. And the media propped him up. The media gave Trump all his popularity. All right. The very fact that every day CNN and MSNBC couldn't stop hating on Trump. That is why everybody on the right loved Trump. They're like, finally, somebody who thinks the way I think. Finally, somebody who has the balls to say what I've been thinking this whole time. But here's the thing. All press is good press. And if the media wants you to like somebody, they're going to make certain people hate that person, right? The fact that the left hated Trump so much, in my opinion, is proof that he is playing a role. Keep in mind, Trump is bought and paid for by the Rothschilds. He declared bankruptcy, was bailed out by the central banks, okay? Remember all the things Trump said he would do. Trump said, I'm going to audit the Fed. Didn't even attempt to audit the Fed, remember? Trump said he would put the Clintons in jail. Didn't even do that. Didn't even try to do that. What the objective reality, and again, take your political view out of this. Take your patriotic, political, all that. Just look objectively at what happened after Trump's first presidency. Objectively speaking, inflation worse than ever before because under Trump's administration, the dollar supply was doubled. More money printing than any other administration in the history since 1913 when the Federal Reserve was created. A globalist agenda? Inflation devaluing with the currency? Yes. Under Trump, worse than ever. Under Trump. What else happened? Well, people were forced by coercion to either take a medical experiment or lose their livelihood. All right? Medical experimentation, genetic experimentation on the population under Trump, and he brags about being the granddaddy of Operation Warp Speed, getting those medical experiments out to everybody as quick as possible. He still brags about that. We saved millions of lives. All right. What else happened under Trump? A lot of small businesses were forced to shut down, couldn't go to work. Objectively speaking, under his administration, these things did happen. What else happened under Trump? Universal basic income. For the first time in history, all American citizens who had jobs and whatever were given free money from the government for doing nothing. Another globalist agenda. All these things happened under Trump for the first time. But it happened under a veneer of conservatism, right-wing America first. Now take a stand back and say, objectively speaking, what has happened here? Everything that we were scared of during Obama happened under Trump. And we cheered for it. And we voted for it. But it's because they gave us Trump. Right? They gave us Trump. They wanted us to like him. Because here's the thing. You cannot change society by force. You have to change society by people wanting the change. Right? This is basic propaganda stuff. But, you know, whatever. You know, I know people have different views on it. People have different views. That's my view. And after everything that's happened, I cannot hold to any other view. I wish I could. I wish I could believe that Trump was a good guy who was really America first, but the fruit of both of his presidencies has shown otherwise, okay? So, you judge a person by their fruit, not by what they say. Exactly, you have to choose between two, syphilis and gonorrhea. Right, they give you, it's the illusion of choice, right? They give you two. They give you Trump or Kamala, and you can't vote for anyone else. Let's say maybe RFK, if he's legit or not, I don't know. But he didn't have a chance, right? Now imagine if the media did to RFK what they did to Donald Trump. Imagine if the media came out super hard against RFK and called him crazy, called him this, called him that, and propped him up in the public consciousness of people. If more people knew about RFK and the things RFK historically stood for, they would be all about him. But no. Think about Ron Paul in 2008 and 2012. He ran for president. He had thousands of people at his rallies, massive amounts of support. The media ignored him. They literally pretended like he wasn't even there. They wouldn't even put his name in the polls because they didn't want you to think about him. But Trump, they wanted you to always think about him. What did Trump tweet today? What did Trump say today? What did Trump do today? And they want people to either get angry about it or say, yes, this is the guy I love. Give me some of that Trump, baby. You know? But whatever, man. Look, this ain't no political live stream. That's my view. And if you have a different view, look, I'm not saying I'm right in my view. That's just my honest opinion. So whatever. You know? But whatever. Do I think the vaccine wasn't for coronavirus? I have no idea. I have no idea what the vaccine is about. Was it for coronavirus? I don't know. How would we ever know? Honestly, how would we ever know? Maybe it was all... Sometimes I wonder, maybe the vaccine was literally water. And that whole thing was just a psyop to divide people as well. Because it turned into the most crazy thing I've ever seen in my life. You know? With the whole vaccine thing. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be crazy? Wouldn't it be crazy? I'm not saying this is true, but I thought to myself, how crazy would it be if there was no coronavirus and the vaccine was placebo? And the whole entire thing was literally just an experiment to see, like, I wonder what would happen, like, in this situation. How would people act? Could be. There was no flu in 2020 and 2021. You know? It was all COVID back then. Flu went away. So yeah, I don't know. And then it turns out the vaccine didn't work. Yeah, once we get the vaccine, you'll be safe. And guess what? No, it doesn't work. Now you need a booster. Oh, the booster doesn't work. You need another. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, now you need it every 6 months. So it doesn't work. So I wonder, is the vaccine fake? Like, is it? I don't know. Who knows? Here's the thing. We'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know. This video might be removed. Yeah, last time I started talking like this, you know, last time I started talking like this, my stream literally got cut off, man. No, I was talking about the moon landing being faked. Let's see what happens with this one. Look, we got some Donald Trump candles pumping on the 5-minute here. We got some deep oranges. Come on, baby. Come on, Donald Trump. Come on, we're pumping, baby. We're pumping. We're pumping.
Well, this is it, folks. We got a green candle like no green candle that's ever printed in the history of this country. We're pumping and we're going straight to all-time highs. It's going to be huge, and we're going to make Jason Casper great again.
I'm gonna turn my candles back to blue and purp. I can't focus when they're this color. There we go. All right, let's see if we can't get some nice juicy blues, some Big Daddy Blues coming on here. Big shout out to our first super chat of the stream. Oh my goodness, Juan Estrada, bro. I don't know if this is the direction I want the stream to go in. Does the Bible truly teach a flat earth model? In my honest opinion, no. Okay? In my honest opinion, no. It does not strictly teach a flat earth model. What it does teach is a cosmology that is very different from the cosmology we all learned in school, okay? But it does not necessitate a flat earth. All right? So, there you go. It teaches a view of the heavens and the earth that is very foreign to what we all learned in school. Extremely foreign. But it does not necessitate the earth to be flat. All right. I know some people say it does, but as somebody who has studied biblical Hebrew for 13 years and has looked closely at all these passages, I will say that it does not necessitate a flat earth. But if we're going to take the Bible into its historical context of the ancient Near East, well, most of those civilizations did hold to a flat earth view. All right. But I can honestly say that I don't believe that the Bible talks about the shape of the earth. In fact, I would go as far as to say that biblically speaking, asking the question, what shape of the earth, is the wrong question to ask. Nobody asks, what shape is heaven? And nobody asks, what shape is hell? All right? The scripture talks about different realms. There's heaven, there's earth, and there's the underworld. There's 3 realms. So, things that the Bible definitely teaches about the earth is that the earth does not move. Also, it teaches a geocentric heavens and earth. The sun, the moon, and the stars were created. They were put in the firmament of heaven for the purpose of giving light on the earth. That was their purpose, was to put light on the earth and to act as a giant calendar to mark off days, seasons, signs, seasons, days, and years. Years and days. So, according to the Bible, the sun and the moon move around the earth. Yeah, according to the Bible, there is water above the earth. Waters above the earth. So, that is what the Bible actually does. It doesn't mention the shape, but I would say this. There are different views on how one would interpret these things. So, that's up to you. You know, that's up to you. Yeah, the firmament is definitely in the Bible memory, man. For sure. There's definitely, yeah, according to the scripture, there is something solid up high that keeps water from coming down. There is something solid up high that keeps water from coming down. And also, according to the Bible, the entire universe was just only water only, like literally only water, nothing else. And then God created everything out of that water. Pretty much the biblical cosmology is the exact opposite of what I learned in school and what we all learn and believe today. It's the exact opposite, right? I mean, according to like modern views on things, water was like the last thing to appear on the earth, but according to the Bible, water's the first thing. You know, scripture says that the trees and the plants were here before the sun. Modern view says the sun was here first. And all that kind of stuff. Word says, I need to send you a document. Font 1568. I have it in a PDF. Oh, from 1568. Yeah, I'm down for old PDFs. You know? Would it be dangerous to enter a short hype at this moment? Let's check out hype. Honestly, let's check it out. All right. Let's check out hype. Bitcoin's starting to get the move. That's for sure. Well, if you were to enter a hype short right now, hang on, this is some TA I had on hype this morning. Here's the deal. We are trading within what I would consider this to be our range on hype, okay? Highs, lows, midpoint of the range, okay? Highs, lows, midpoint of the range. Midpoint of the range lines up very nicely with our Fibonacci 618, okay? So right now, what I would be very wary of on hype is, would I short this? No. Why? Because we're building liquidity of higher lows with the golden pocket just beneath, all right? So we could easily do something like this. There are two ways which I would get into a hype short right now. First of all, if you want to take a gamble at it and you do something like this, and you put your stop, give it some breathing room here, the problem is you're dealing with a 13-15% stop loss to be safe, right? Now, if we're going to come all the way back down to like, let's say we do come down to like 30 bucks. It's not even the best risk to reward, okay? It's really not the best risk to reward. So what I would rather do is I would rather look for a long here. And once we come down here, I'd say now potentially we have our first lower high. And we can look down then for the Fibonacci golden pocket from the high to the low. And look for the short. Maybe around this area here, right? Something like this. That is one option. Okay, this is one option to just maintain this kind of downtrend. All right, another option and a better option for shorting would be this. We go for the high one more time, and then we get ultra bearish divergence there, right? Because when we look at the daily time frame now, we would have a nice bear div on the daily, and that would be very, very bearish on the 4 hour. Right, the 4 hour would have a nice, really nice bear dip for another high. So something like this maybe would be really nice, okay? We basically take this liquidity here, and a lot of people probably gonna be shorting that, right? And then once we start pumping there, people are like, we're so back by the breakout. And then of course people get wrecked buying the breakout. By this time, market cipher B starts to look like this. The money flow is coming down, and that's a beautiful short trade. All right, something else that would give us a really good precise entry would be to take out this low. Now remember, $54, that is the previous all-time high on hype, right? This is a very, very key level coming all the way back. Let's see, yeah, coming all the way back to around, I was wrong actually, that's not the previous all-time high. The midpoint is the previous all-time high, so forget that. But this low here is very important, because once we lose this low, even though it's not the old all-time high, it's still important because now officially we are in bearish market structure on the daily, right? For the first time in this whole pump, we are seeing a bearish structure on the daily, and once we're down here, then that sets us up perfectly for the head and shoulders. That sets us up perfectly for this to happen. We come into the golden pocket 786, right? That's kind of how I'm looking at getting into a hype short right now. There's a few different options for it, you know? Why do people keep buying these S coins in bear markets? Well, I mean, honestly, the S coins have been pretty good, right? They have been pretty good. I mean, Divine Hood's been making tons of money on these S coins, you know. So I think it all depends on your time frame outlook, bro. Like, people are making tons of money long in S coins in the bear market, but you have to be precise in your entries and exits, you know. My opinion on the Book of Enoch. I like the Book of Enoch. I do believe it contains a lot of historically accurate information. There are some problems with the Book of Enoch. Like, I wouldn't say problems, but... So, there's different views on the Book of Enoch. I do think it contains accurate historical information about what happened in the days of Jared, leading up to the days of Noah. But from what I can tell, it definitely, it's a very ancient book. It definitely goes back to, you know, the 2nd century BC, probably. And I would assume that the legends in there go back even older, but it wasn't written by Enoch. But we don't have it in Hebrew. We only have it in Aramaic. Fragments in Aramaic. So that makes it seem like it's a more modern work, at least the way we have it now. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. Besides, I believe it's an important book to understand what was going on back in those days. If you're asking whether or not I think it's scripture, I can't answer that. But I still think it's an important document. At the very least, to get into the mindset of the people who wrote the New Testament, right? You're getting into the mindset and the worldview of the authors of the Gospels and in general, just the first century Second Temple understanding of what happened back then, as well as the implications for the kingdom of God and the Messiah and all this other stuff, right? Do I like Indiana Jones? Yeah, sure. Have I ever read the Quran? I have. I've read the Quran multiple times from cover to cover. So, I have read the Quran very many times. Not as much as I've read the Bible. Boomdock Saint says the Earth is round. How else would you explain seeing other planets that are round? Well, that assumes that when you look up into the sky, you're seeing... you're assuming that the Earth is one of the things that you're seeing up there. Like, the assumption here is that you're assuming the Earth is the same as the other things you see when you look up. All right? That doesn't really make sense. All right? For example, a basketball court is flat. Now, if we all lived in a basketball court and all we ever saw when we looked up was basketballs, it would be an error to assume that the basketball court was round like a basketball. That doesn't make any sense. Could it be? Sure. Sure, maybe the basketball court is one of the basketballs, but it doesn't have to be. So, people who believe in a flat Earth, they don't believe in the solar system in the way we think of it today, where you have the sun in the middle, right? You have the sun in the middle, and then you have all the planets orbiting around the sun, right? Flat Earthers don't believe, just so everyone knows here, flat Earthers don't believe that you have the sun with all the planets going around, and then all of a sudden you have a totally flat Earth, right? This is not what flat Earthers believe. They don't believe the Earth is flat, the sun is round, and we're all orbiting the sun. All right, that's totally... You have to clear your mind of this model. All right, flat Earthers believe in something like this. The Earth is flat, like this. All right, and all the lights are above it. All right, all the lights, the sun, the moon, they're above it, right? The Earth is flat, but it's also round, right? So it's flat, but it's also round. It's like a flat circle. It depends. There's no unified view of what the flat Earth is. All right, not all flat earthers hold to the same view, but in general, it's a flat disk realm in which when you look up, there are lights above it. Those lights are round, okay? Do the toilets flush backwards in Australia? I don't know. That's a good question. But the real question here is Bitcoin going to pump, baby? Is Bitcoin going to pump? Yeah, your lights aren't the same as your floor. That's the whole thing right now. Now again, I'm not here to tell you what to think about it, or I'm not even here to tell you what I think about it. I'm just here to tell you that when people think of flat earthers as believing in the solar system as we all learned it, but the Earth is just flat, that's ridiculous. It's a completely different view of the cosmos, a completely different view of the whole heavens and earth. You can't compare the two, right? That's the problem. Most people hear flat Earth for the first time. They think that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. I mean, obviously, like, all the other planets are round and Earth is a planet. Why would the Earth be flat when they're all... No. In a flat Earth view, the Earth is not one of those things you see when you look up. In a flat Earth view, the Earth is the centerpiece of a giant heavenly clock. And all those things orbit around the Earth to tell time and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's a very, very different view. If the Earth were flat, all the shadows on the Earth would be the same dimensions. Actually, that's a common misconception. I could even prove that to you right now on my desk by taking... This is another problem with the flat Earth view, right? If the sun was 93 million miles away from a flat Earth, then yes, all the shadows would be the same dimension. But in most flat Earth models, the sun is very close. And the sun locally moves around a flat Earth, which would give you pretty much the same effect as if the Earth were round and rotating and the sun were 93 million miles away. If you take a light, all right, I don't have any way to show you, but you could prove this to yourself. If you have a flat table and you stand an obelisk here, and you take a local flashlight, right, and the light rays are shining down onto the table in this direction, right? The light is coming down in this direction, right? And this is your light, and you shine the light close to the flat table over here. The shadow of the obelisk is going to go this way, right? Now move the light over in front, and now the shadow is going to be straight on. And then you move the light over this way, and now the shadow of the obelisk is going this way. And if you have multiple obelisks on the table, they will be casting shadows at different angles depending on where you move that localized light. So again, it's a failure to understand what the flat Earth model is to say if the Earth were flat, all the shadows would be at the same angle all the time, because you're trying to put the flat Earth into the modern understanding of the solar system. They're two completely different things. You can't mix and match them. You know? Again, I'm not saying the Earth is flat. I'm just saying it works on a flat Earth model. In fact, everything that works on a globe Earth model can work on a flat Earth model. But flat Earth is indeed the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I thought that too the first time I heard about it, but then the more I looked into it, the more I said, all right, this it does make sense. It makes sense in a way that the model works. It makes sense in a way that the model works, all right? To explain the phenomenon that we observe. In some ways, it works even better to explain observable phenomenon. But like I said, I'm not here to tell you guys what I think about the Earth at all. All right. But I have spent a lot of time thinking about this over the years. All right. I have spent a lot of time thinking about this over the years. $78K next. I don't know. I hope if we bounce from here, this is literally like the last. This is literally the last hope. I sound like a brainwashed person from politics, or even dumber. Maybe Wajeb. I mean, here's the thing. I literally, at this point in my life, bro, I first of all don't care how I sound to anybody. And secondly, I have learned over the years that I really can't trust much of anything. And nothing seems crazy to me anymore. And when I come across an idea that sounds so crazy, yeah, that's something I want to look into a little bit, all right? That's something I want to look into. And I definitely want to understand. Even if I don't agree, I want to understand, why do some people think this? Because if it is the stupidest thing you've ever heard, which it was for me, why are so many people talking about this? I want to get inside their minds. Why? Why are they thinking that? I mean, my whole life, everything turned out to be a lie. Everything turned out to be a lie. All wars were based on lies. Everything. Our whole society is based on lies. In a lot of ways. So if I sound crazy, yeah. Okay, yeah. It definitely does sound crazy, and I'll acknowledge the fact that it sounds absolutely crazy and insane. I'll acknowledge it. But here we are, walking on a treadmill, weighted vest, $500,000 on the line, talking about the flat Earth. You know? Nah, J-Boy Bullish, I'm not saying I have it right, bro. That's the thing. I'm not saying I have it right. I really don't know. I don't know. We're talking about whether or not the Earth is flat. And I say, I haven't said one way or another what I think about it, to be honest. This whole stream, I have not said one way or another what I think about it. I don't know. I really don't know. I said even asking the question, what shape of the Earth, I think is probably the wrong question to be asking anyway. According to 4-year Bitcoin cycle, it always 1064 days bull and 365 days bear. Yeah, so that's putting us summer fall, you know. So let's see. Summer fall, baby. Let's see. Is the universe flat? I've heard stuff like that before, like the flat universe theory, the electric universe theory. You know? A whole bunch of stuff. Oh, snap. Well, you know what? It's a shame how when there's low volatility, we start talking about strange things. All right, guys, you know what? I gotta head out. I do have to head out. But I love you guys. May God bless you all in Jesus' name. May the Lord bless you. And may he bless your families. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.